Hello, welcome into this pick a subject. Pick an object reading. This is pile number 1 with the cetus carving wood and the crow feather. Pile number 2 with the pigeon feather, probably, and the cool stick guy. Pile 3 with the heart wooden thing and the cluster of leaves, and pile number 4 with this flower carving and the 3 foxgloves. And there is an additional pile which is the collective pile at the beginning. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you in your piles, your readings. Ding ding ding! Hello! Let's set away these first piles. I guess I don't actually have to move them because you don't see. Oh yeah, I forgot. The other day I did a cool setup where you could see. Not today. Not today. Not straight. Put you up a bit. It's hardly going up. Ah, that's fine. Okay. Cool. Welcome in collective reading pile with the bird of prey red kite feather, the bird of prey carving, and there's an additional crystal for each pile. And you guys got the... Is he gonna stand up for you? The channel mascot kind of thing. He's not actually the channel mascot, but I once thought of him as that, so he's got an aura of this channel. Okay, so what... Oh yeah, I wanted to do some sound healing in the collective at the beginning. So while I get cards, this is the first card, I'll bring through some sound energies. And feel free to use this time as more of a meditation leading up to the next piles, or treat it as a normal pile. And this is the back. Okay, I guess we're just getting 1/2 cards. Okay, there's too many things that I can possibly hold right now. Okay, what's the energy of the collective then? There's something you're seeing. I kind of got this image of an organization. It would be prison. We'll keep going. We'll see what comes through. There's something like information. Something about... He say want nots. I don't know what that means, and I don't know if I said that correctly, but there's a phrase like he say want nots. And that's relevant here. I want to get a card actually from a collective deck. This is a very collective feeling. There's a sense of all-encompassing. This could have to do with that, knowledge that is all-encompassing. The Akashic records could play a particularly significant role in your life around the time of watching this. Yeah, I have a deck of different collectives, so we'll see if there are specific energies that are surrounding your energy at this time. Okay, we got the Hedarians, as well as Vega on the back. Everything feels extremely all-encompassing. And with you having chosen the bird of prey, it's like you have a higher vision. You have a way of understanding that which you see from a greater knowing. It's not necessarily a higher perspective, though that is the obvious example. It's more like, okay, so it's not the higher perspective, but it's, yeah, it's not the higher perspective because it's inclusive of the lower perspectives too. It's all encompassing. I feel like you're very laid back. You're in a very laid back energy in that you're not directing energy. You're not trying to control. You're not trying to shift anything. You're simply being. You're simply being, and you're being, like, this is a confirmation. I was trying to say you're being confirmed. Wait, that does make sense. I thought it didn't make sense. Okay. Something that didn't make sense could now be making sense, or you're realizing that what you were seeing as maybe something you couldn't understand was actually far simpler than you thought. Maybe something surrounding your freedom. It could have been that you felt like you had to control how you achieved certain goals of yours in life, but you're gaining this new perspective of freedom in a lighter sense, in a relieved sense, in a allowing collaboration with the universe. The Hedarians are basically a super loving race. That's what I'm gonna call them right now. Actually, I'll hold that up for a bit longer. It's like you've come from a place. Some of you haven't even. Some of you are just always like this, and this is confirmation of that place you come from. But for some of you, you have come from the opposite of this. So this is a state of allowing the universe to take you. You are not pushing for any particular outcome. You are allowing collaboration. You're allowing yourself to be a collective. Okay, so that's what the message of, like, you feel like a collective. That's what that message is. It's that you're allowing yourself to be a collective. You're allowing yourself to be more part of your whole. You're allowing your sense of self to be expanded, to be more than just your vessel. I'm being drawn to the seagulls up there now. And the clouds were like bringing my attention too, but I didn't say anything. But it did feel connected to the Akashic Records thing. Information. There's something about information too here. Like specific information. If there is a specific set of information that you're seeking, the message is that you'll get that through not trying to get it. You'll get it through relaxing and being more open to receiving in a fluid way rather than a controlling way. Yeah. I feel like I've got to the core of what this collective reading is, but I haven't phrased it in a way that has really like hit on target quite yet, I feel like. And I'm being drawn to doing more sound healing again. I do want to note quickly, if some of you are unsure about which pile to pick pick the fourth pile. Just for any of you who are unsure. And that resonated for. Okay. Spirals could be significant here too. Yeah, and spirals make me think of fluidly flowing. I like that, fluidly flowing. A spiral isn't jagged and it's not making turns itself, it just is a natural progression. It naturally, if you think of like, it's reminding me of like the planets and galaxies and everything always moving in like a spiral motion. Circling around something but getting closer each time. That's what you've been doing for a long time, and maybe you've been getting impatient with that journey, or maybe at times during that journey you start to question if the way you're navigating through this specific or particular circumstance or experience slash life in general, you're wondering if you're navigating through it in the way that is most like conducive of love, of your highest form. And this is a confirmation that yes, you're in flow. Trust is a good word for this pile. Trust. Yes. I do want to note how jagged I do feel though. I feel like I'm not in a fluid state of channeling. It's like I'm wanting to do the sound healing but also wanting to bring messages, but the messages aren't, even though I feel like I've got the message, for some reason I feel like I haven't been able to express it, but I think I have expressed it. So there's something in that. How do I explain that? It's just that you're distrusting what you're experiencing. You're distrusting your way of navigating through life, which is from this higher perspective. It's not like getting down up in all the nitty gritty and like flying through the lower realms. It's from a higher perspective. Trust your way. Yeah, trust your way. Obsidian could be a good crystal for you, or black crystals in general. I'm looking at these two here, obsidian, and I don't know what this guy is. If you know, I would love to know. But it reminds me of an orca and I love him. Okay, I want to show you this guy. I got shown black, and well, I guess that was why I was mentioning the black, maybe because I wasn't really shown black, I was just shown the other colour, but I felt like it was accompanied by black, even though I didn't see the black. That's interesting, but I kind of did. The colour was like a turquoisey, aquamarine-y, bluey kind of colour, but it's like it's specifically with black. This card might resonate with you quite strongly. It's somewhat of a home for me, with this at the back. It's one of the only cards I have that aren't like in a deck. He's just a special placeholder kind of card of home. Well, it's like of a specific place that I got taken to on like a meditation journey kind of thing, of those colours, of the like turquoisey bluey with black. I'm being reminded of the Hidarian energy. A throat chakra is really like, and that is of a similar color. I feel like you might feel like something just doesn't quite fit. Like you feel like you're not in flow, whereas I feel like you are in flow. I feel called to say sometimes it might just feel a bit turbulent at times. Recognizing that that turbulence isn't being off course, and that that turbulence can be a part of a divine journey. That could really like center you in what truth really feels like, what recenter you. It could recenter you. I feel like it's all confidence in your knowing of how you navigate through life, trusting your intuition. It's because you navigate through like an all-encompassing love. Yeah, there's another message of recognizing that let me find a way to phrase this. Recognizing that you're not within your natural collective. That's how I feel. There's so much. Okay, I'm gonna channel some different sounds because there's a lot of energy that wants to come through when I said you're not in your natural collective. But it's like I'm seeing a raven right now. And that felt significant earlier when I was saying something else. I saw like crows. With the turbulence, that's what it was. Yeah, finding trust within that turbulence, finding your own center despite gongalangalese. Okay. Yatenya chiasia. Yamanya chiaka chusinia. Wanya chia chiaka chiania. Yachanya chakwa. Wanya nia chianua fie chiesia. Wenya nia chie. It feels like this energy is like love, but in a very masculine, like protective way. Like I feel like, you know what, I feel like why my throat is doing this right now is kind of like coming from this shaky feeling of, I think you're being asked to stand your ground, perhaps within a collective or within a situation that doesn't understand. And I feel like you're really unsure about like speaking what you feel to be true. Speaking, and when I say speaking, that doesn't have to be in actual speak. It can just speak. It doesn't have to be in actual speak. It can be in just any form of how you be. It's like you don't want to show how you be. You want to show a different like mask, or you're trying to hide the way that you naturally flow, and that's causing like a resistance within your own body. Yeah, it's like I feel like you know and recognize that you have this higher perspective of how to move through life, but because that's not accepted by those you're around in some form, you are making yourself act out a different version of self that is more accepted, and through that you are then becoming unsure of your way of navigating through life yourself. It's an interesting energy, because it's like you yourself are sure, but because of the actions you're taking from fear of your perception of how you're being perceived, that is then causing you to be unsure. It's like a weird loop. So recentering to your sureness. What do you know to be true? How do you know that love navigates through? How does love navigate through life? Words, okay. Some of you writing song lyrics that could help you find what you know to be true. Closing it off. Okay. That was sudden. I just felt drawn to closing off this reading, like that's it. But it felt really sudden. There could be a message in that for you. Yeah, I think the message in that for you is like you can decide to, you can shift your energy, you can decide to be in your authentic state of being, of trust, of how you navigate through life. You can choose to shift into that immediately. That you don't need to carry on the old way. It can be instant. Itchy. Okay. Yeah. Okay, collective pile. Bye. In a weird, like, what just happened kind of a way. I feel like some of you just made like a really cool shift. Itchy. Okay, that's it. No more messages. There's something in that too, but okay. Let's put these cards away. See you in your readings, or see you never. Whatever. Haha, that rhymed. You know it was meant to be said when it rhymes. I didn't even like read these cards that came out at the start. I felt their intuitive presence. Okay, let's put these guys away. Oh, that's so cute. They're like watching me. Where's that other crystal head? Here you are. Okay. That obsidian and half of this, but mainly the obsidian was for that collective pile, definitely. Okay. I think I might move all of the stuff up so it's like spantincularly on the one I'm on. Hoo, I'm excited. Welcome in pile number 1, the crow fella, or I guess it could be many of the crow family. The crow family confuse me, like what types. Oh, that reminds me, I saw magpie before, so magpies could be significant here. So you also chose the cetus. There's something of I think I'll get that adjective to finish that sentence in a moment, but I think that you are being misperceived, or you are doing the misperceiving. Something like cetus and crows can be seen in a very dark, like this is a sea monster, and crows, the energy is very dark. Something like you feel, especially going off the collective reading, I feel like you in particular are not accepted by those you care about, or by, ooh, yeah, it's that. I was gonna say or by the collective, but I felt something within that, those you care about. Okay, so there are some people around you, not necessarily around you even, I want to say. There are some people you care about, some beings that you care about that don't accept you for who you are, or for what you stand for, or the way you act. Yeah, I feel like it's more the way you act, the actions you take. Okay, let's get cards. I want to get some character cards. The unseen. I feel like you travel through the unseen really well. I feel like you naturally go where you're called. And if that is like the deepest depths of the subconscious, or the more difficult places to process, those places that people don't always understand or agree with. Like, for example, I'm getting this example of someone who has a belief of like fearing a certain race, and expressing that fear could be very looked down on by others because of an entire, like, I don't know how to explain this, words are not coming easily right now. Because of an expectation of appearing a certain way, an expectation of being a certain way. No, it's appearing a certain way. Okay. I just heard like this collective, these people that you care about, they don't care about who you are, or like they care for who you are. I'm gonna put it in that other way though. They don't care about who you are, they care about who you express you are. In other words, I'm getting this example of like someone who is gay, and they wouldn't, these people who are close to who you care about, they wouldn't mind if you were gay, but they would mind if you expressed that you were gay. And that's just an example. But I guess that could be, that could resonate for some. The character card we got was, I'm trying to remember what this is from. He's called John. It's from Shinda. The vampire dies in no time. It's an anime. Okay. I'm gonna sit with this energy for a while. You might want to skip ahead. Actually, I'm gonna channel some healing tones, I'm gonna call it now. I wonder if some of you are making peace with leaving your family, or leaving those that you care about because they're not supportive of the expression of who you are, and you want to express who you are. This back of the deck is Tanaka, and he's in like a namaste pose, and he's very just at peace. And then John is a character who is from a family of like armadillos, but he leaves that family to be with his true family, his non-blood family, to be with Draluk, the like vampire friend. Is he a familiar of that vampire? I'm not sure. So I feel like that is definitely one message, especially with crows being of death, and Cetus then being of a creature that is very misunderstood. You might be wanting to leave these people you care about, and they may see that as malicious, or they might not understand. Okay, let's get some cards. I want to channel some soothing energies also for this. And now I'm being drawn to the fact that I had picked a crystal for most of the piles, or I guess another object. And you have the snow quartz, which is about clarity, but clarity in a soothing way. It's not like intense like clear quartz, which then again makes me feel like you're experiencing something that's difficult, it's like that, trying to make peace with something that's really difficult. And I feel like that is to do with moving away from these people that you care about. They could definitely feel as though like you're betraying them, and you might find that particularly difficult to deal with. It's like, I want to say sorry, it's not coming out clearly. I don't know if it's just today or if it's these readings, but there's an energy of no words need to be said. Okay, yeah, that's a message for you too. You don't need to explain yourself. And I feel like you're doing everything in its highest alignment, or you're being very loving throughout this all. And I feel like this message for you is confirmation of that love that you are extending, because these people that you care about might not be able to reflect that. They might not be able to see that what you're doing is from love. So this is your confirmation, your mirror, that what you know to be loving is genuinely loving. I want to get a card from the Sacred Sea Oracle. I think I didn't fully finish my sentence when I was trying to say, I feel like this reading is just bringing like comfort to you during a time that could be very difficult, or like reassurance. Yeah, it's more like reassurance, because I feel like you're very capable. You don't feel unsure. It's not like I feel like I need to provide you with all the details so that you can have a higher perspective, or so that you can understand your situation more clearly. I feel like you've done all of that. I even feel like maybe you've already left these family or friends or dear beings that are dear to you. You may have already left them, and it might be like just like softening the blow, or softening some of that like difficult transition-y feelings, something like that. Okay. For some of you, this also could be a passed on loved one, and that could be the difficult situation. But the fact that it's a Cetus, it's like someone has a perspective of someone having done something wrong. And to me, the way I was reading that before was that these people you care about think that you have done something wrong or unloving. So in that situation where you might have lost, in that like someone might have died that you love, I'm trying to see how that energy could be incorporated through, other than maybe you feel at peace and you don't feel like grief or distraught, or you don't feel the way you feel like you should be feeling, And then this is a message of it's okay to feel exactly how you feel. You can feel love, you can feel contentment. That is beautiful in and of itself. So there could be that, a message of accepting your feelings no matter what they are. Maybe if some of you are afraid of moving on for whatever situation, you could be afraid of feeling okay because you think that means something specific, like would mean that you didn't care. But that doesn't have to determine, your current emotions don't have to determine where you made your past decisions from, what space within you made them from. I'm noting the moon also in this, and Dracula, like it's a dark energy, or they come out at, like vampires come out at night. Something about nighttime, darkness. Even the Cetus, it's like sea monster. It makes me feel like it's from the darkest depths of the ocean, the unseen, or the only seen to a few. Priestess of purity, crystalline purity. I feel like this is you. It's like confirmation that you I'm trying to find the best words for this. The words that came were like, you were not in the wrong, you were in the right. But I don't believe in right and wrong. So I'm trying to shift that to a more loving outlook. Crystalline purity. Like the phrase your intentions are and were pure is coming to mind. Peace. You're just a very loving, peaceful being, and I feel like you never wished pain or harm upon anyone. I want to say like everything is okay. Botanical Sea Temple is at the bottom. Blooming opportunities. Yeah, I feel like you're moving into split the deck to compassionate. What did that say? Manta Ray Mother, compassionate kindness. Yeah. Yeah, you have I feel like you've moved on in a very loving way. Yeah, moved on from those that you care about. And that doesn't mean that you no longer care about them. It just means that you're okay now without them. And that there's more to life because of that. Because of this transition, because of this death, whatever, whether that be more like metaphorical or tangible. But they are one and the same. So any tangible is metaphorical and any metaphorical is tangible. Yeah. Compassionate kindness. Purity. I just heard you get to live on. You get to live on. Okay. What are we gonna get? Are we gonna get any more? Okay, there's a message of being completely where you are. Having your focus be on yourself. Or your like immediate surroundings. Your immediate life. Yeah, I feel like maybe some of you feel a draw to connecting with something of like a higher realm, and I feel like the message is calling you to ground more into where you are, and it's like you want to connect to the higher beings or higher planes in some way that is from fear. It's from obligation, I feel like, more than from genuine desire. And again, this message is coming back to everything is okay. It's okay to have the desires you have. It's okay to follow the inspiration you do have. Everything is okay. That's what I keep wanting to say. Everything is okay. The way that you want to navigate through life is okay. You don't need to force yourself to be any certain way, to experience what you're experiencing in any certain way. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. I'm going to hold this card up for you again. Clear also. It's like clear quartz. I mean, not clear quartz, the snow quartz. Quartz. Are you going to get anything else? I heard no. Yeah. But it's like, there's no more messages, but there's this aura of sitting with this energy. Some of you might like to rewatch this reading, but it's like not from like needing to listen. Okay, so, and this doesn't have to be about rewatching this video, this can be just in life in general, the energy of like not needing to pay so much attention to what you're doing, but simply doing it. Again, with the not needing to connect with that which you've lost or trying to understand it, simply flowing where you're called to flow. Mainly, I feel like this energy is you're okay. You're okay. I'm gonna sit with you. Instead of needing to rewatch it, if you feel called to, obviously, but I feel like I want to just sit with you for a while. I just got told not to channel sounds like I was going to, because that's like I guess a love of mine, or like a habit of mine, I'm not sure, but stillness is what's needed. It's like not connecting to higher, just being with what is. Yeah, it's like I was trying to bring in more energy, which is what I feel like you're doing, but there's enough energy here, there's enough to just simply be. Simply be. Yeah, I want to say you might want to try not to overstimulate yourself. Simply be. Yeah, allow it to all flow. Because that flow is already there, you don't need to create the flow. Allow it all to just flow through you. And know that everything is okay. Some of you might want to pause the video to stay in this, or turn your phone off or your device off, in that to not go straight back into more stimulation, but to stay in this more meditative state, this more present state. But I'm going to end your portion of the reading there. So farewell, lovely beings. Namaste. And the video will remain on for me for the next reading. So just feel free to mosey on by. Okay. Do I put them away? I think I put those stuff away. Oh, I bet I keep him there. I guess I don't. I was gonna put the like objects from pile number 1s away, but then I realised, but I want to keep them out for me anyway because I love those objects. Ah, I can put the crystal away though. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cards away. Sweet. Let's give him a shuffle. Sometimes I like shuffling them. It feels like a cleanse. What did we get out here? Roger and Tangle, Rapunzel and thingy. Okay. Oh, okay. That got me into... I guess just seeing Roger, like American Dad Roger, gave me a burst of ha 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 ha. Let's like clear this space a bit with some so excited. That felt like such a monotone laugh, like ha 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 ha. Welcome in pile number 2. I'm excited for your pile. You feel like you're on a mission. You feel like you have a goal and you want to achieve it. Techniques, that's the first word that came to my mind. I'm seeing a bird of prey. Perhaps the first pile is, I mean the like collective pile is significant for you because we had bird of prey, red kite, which was the same kind that I saw, perhaps. Or maybe there's something for that in me. Something for that in me. That phrase is significant for you. Something, what did I even say? Something for that in me. Cards. Time for cards. There's something brewing. Is this an idea? Is this a feeling? Is this an experiment? Is this a cauldron brewing? Maybe some of you are like making pasta and it's like, oh, it's brewing over. Does that even count? Brewing over? I'm getting really confused. Sometimes for me, and maybe this is somehow relevant for you, but whether it's because you're like this too or like it's just more the experience, sometimes when I change a lot, like shed all old layers of self and become a new, I forget very like normal, mundane, or just things that I knew very clearly, really normally. I forget what they are. Like it's like my brain is completely refreshed. Yeah, and I was just cleansing the space before your reading, and I hardly ever do that. Some people are going to be like, she hardly ever cleanses her space. Self-cleansing. Universe is self-cleansing. Okay. There's something like passionate about this energy. I feel like you have like a project that you're in love with, or something that lightens your life. Something that lightens your life and something's your heart. Awakens your heart, enlivens your heart, activates your heart, is your heart, reflects your heart. That's it, that's the one. Okay, so you got 3 cards. Whew. Cards. Felt like I wanted to cry then. So I wonder if some of you... Whew. Are these tears of joy? What are these? There's something about emotion here. That message before of cleanse and being anew. I wonder if a lot of you are entering like a new phase of life. This is like one of my favorite things in the world, by the way. And you chose it. What's the message? There's a lot of energy moving for you, and it all feels very in your favor, but not just in your favor in ways that could be difficult to comprehend, but in your favor in, if you could see it, it would flabbergast your brain. I feel drawn to expressing how I intend these readings to all be for any sort of being, so it's not just like Earthians, any experience, any energy. And there's an energy around your reading that is of like it's a bit out there. Unique. Sparks. I guess this is the entire readings today, that words don't naturally come to me too easily. But in particular, I feel like it's particularly today in these readings, these energies, it's like with you again, it just feels like there's no need for words, there's no need for reasons, there's just is. You just do have a love for something. There's no need to explain it, and there's no need to understand how something is coming to be. It just is coming to be, and you know that. Like, this just looks like a moon. You know that. You have a very strong intuitive connection to something or someone. I have a very strong intuitive connection to this being. And I feel like there's wanting to be more like acceptance, but like within the mind. Like, how do I explain this? Grounded acceptance of this thing that you love, or the reality of this connection that you feel. And I want to say it's more normal than you think, but like not necessarily normal to your before experience, or your collective's experience, or one of your collective's experiences. Oh yes, we can totally get some. When I got these aren't animal cards, but I went to say animal cards. That's why. I was like, I don't feel like my animal deck here, but I have begun my own animal deck. So we'll see from the like 4 cards that I have created which one wants to come out. Because one of them does. Whee! Oh, that's... okay. We got magpie. Magpie, huh? See all that energy moving? I feel like you have the ability to move energy too. I'm being drawn again to the fact that I was just cleansing the space before this, and that the word that was coming to me, what was the word again? I just heard intentional here, but that's not what I was trying to search for. Wait, we can keep him up. I'm gonna hold that up for a bit longer. Magpie. And intentional, but not intentional. I'm seeing that as something on there as a pendulum. Swinging. Maybe you're unsure if you can trust your own association with this thing. I feel like you've been connected to an energy, and you've like probably spoken with it or communicated in some way, but you're questioning whether that was true or not, and it did happen. It was real. I guess I keep getting the example in my head of when I was younger, I connected to a tree, and this tree and I were very, very close in souls, and I got told that the tree soul was moving out of the tree and becoming a human. And me, I'm a human at this time, and I was told that I would one day meet this tree soul. And it's like a very out there thing, and I had this knowing that this was gonna happen for a long time, and I had never expressed it to anyone. And then when I finally like expressed it to someone close to me, I was like, wow, like it was real. It's like I kind of forgot about it, but kept the knowing like under the surface. And then once I said it aloud, it was like, oh wow, like that did happen. So saying the experience aloud, or like writing it down, like getting it out, so like that energy of solidifying it, I feel like that's the calling, to solidify something that you love. Yes. Solidify your like awareness of the truth of what it is. Oh, I love this energy. I love it. Okay, so each pile is getting like another kind of object to go with their thing, and you I forgot about this. You got these two, and they're so loving. Like, look at them. There's two. You're the only pile that got two extras. Oh, this is so a connection of some sorts, and I love it. I love it. It just may be like an unconventional kind of connection. For one, like these are two crystals. From my personal human past experience, like that's maybe a weird thing to think of, crystals having connections, but I love that. Why have I not tapped into that energy enough? Like crystals having friends. But what I was actually thinking before then was like, this is a dinosaur, but this is a crystal, even though this is a crystal too. So anyway, you might be of a different species to this friend. Let's call them a friend, shall we? This connection. Like, for example, it could be a crystal, or it could be a tree, it could be a cloud, it could be anything. That's so cool. I can't get over that. You chose the two. One is a dinosaur, one is a crystal, which is saying that this is like isn't a crystal somehow. Yeah, there's a message in that, because it's like, even though you see yourselves as different, this is a dinosaur and this is a crystal, you're actually both crystals. You're actually both, you're far more similar. It's like your souls are of a very, very similar expression, energy, essence, but the forms you're taking are probably very different this time around. And you know that. I feel like you have such a close like feeling resonance with them. So what's the magpie on about? Maybe it's a magpie. Codes. What's with the magpie? And you chose a feather. Because you could have chosen not a feather, but you chose a feather. And this feather feels so loving, by the way. Like, to me, just around, like comparing it to my other two feathers, this is like potent. This is like, I don't even know what to call it. It's like, that's it. That's my way of explaining. But okay, yeah. So let's get sound for yours. Yours is like, yeah. That's yours. See, even like my way of explaining is different for you. I love this. I love this. Connections. I just love connections in general. It doesn't have to be unconventional, but okay, is there something in that? It's like, why is it unconventional, or why is it in this form? Maybe you're interested in understanding why this connection chose the physicalization, if it's physicalized, chose the form it did, and why you chose the form you did, and why this is the connection you're having at this time. I feel like that will help you understand who you are more. We also have, I'm looking at your cards again. I have them down there. That's why, like, if I start staring, just have the cards usually. This is just like, you have past lives together. That's what this one feels like to me. And you got like 2 cards with moons. Whoa, you could see this as like loads of different moons, but I'm actually seeing them as worlds. Okay, there's a couple messages with that. One is, you have traversed so many worlds together, you and this soul. Okay, I'm getting into this. I apologize to those of you who don't want to be hearing just how much I love this. And you're welcome for those of you who do. And I take back the apology. Worlds. You have traversed so many worlds together. You've been in so many different forms. You've connected to each other in so many different forms. I want to say you found it quite easy to recognize this soul within this, however form it is in, within its form. And it's because you've done it before, like millions of times. You've not just known each other in one particular form. Across time and space. Okay, so that was the one message. The other message was that of weaving the worlds. That was like a half wink. I wasn't fully committed to it, that's why. Yeah, I feel like you're still unsure. It's like, this reading is to like, yes, it's real. Oh, someone wants an animal card. Or it's like there's a confirmation in that here. I heard you loud and clear. Whether it was your soul asking me or your conscious self. Okay, because I feel like someone asked, like, what is it? I feel like some of you aren't sure what I'm talking about. Like what, perhaps which connection? Or... This is talking about a specific connection you have, but this also could be confirmation in general for the sorts of resonance you have with the world around you, like life in general, how you personally relate with life. Am I gonna get to express this second, the weaving the worlds? Half wink, yeah. So miracles, hummingbird, yeah, there's something so out of the ordinary for you. This feels like it's traversing other worlds too, like flying through all those like codes. Ooh. That came out weirdly. Whoa. weird. Something weird. I feel like you just find this weird. I feel like some of you find it weird. Miracles. Miracles exist. Or maybe you're afraid of other people finding it weird. Maybe that's more like it. Maybe you don't find it weird, but maybe you think you don't find it weird, but a part of you does think that it's weird, and so a part of you does find it weird. Because that's why you're afraid of other people finding it weird, because you think that that would be confirmation of like, oh wait, it is weird, because you have that within you. Fear is coming up. Okay, tiger. Passion. Passion. You're passionate about this. And again, look, there's two of them. Okay, so tiger. I choose to be unstoppable. My passion is my power. I am bold. I am brave. Mighty forces come to my aid. Don't you just love a good rhyming? And Pengi. Authentic. That's making me think of Soul Tribe. Let's read it. Oh, we've got love at the back. Yeah, this is the coolest reading. You have the coolest reading. Okay. Come on. Unicorn beneath that. In an animal deck. You know why? Because unicorns are animals. Okay. Pengi. Authentic. Reach out to your tribe in times of need. Family gives you strength when you face the storm. Love your uniqueness. You are full of surprises. You're so full of surprises. I feel that one. Break free from others' expectations. Just be yourself. Yes. 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 This is about embracing your love, your passion. Choose to be unstoppable. You're unstoppable. Unstoppable together. I love this connection. Hee hee. Okay. Was that from? Yeah, that was your back of the deck. So magical. It's like zooming through space. There might be loads of past lives in space, like space travel, that you resonate with this soul. Maybe you met them flying through space. Flying could be significant. We have a flighting bird. A flighting bird. Okay, there's more to be expressed here. I might read the tiger, actually. I just want to say there's so much lightness to this. Now I'm being drawn to how I keep wanting to move my hair. And hair feels very, like, connecting and, like, otherworldly. Like the bridge. Hair is the bridge. It's all those different strands connecting to every single realm. Okay, tiger. Hummingbird just popped out, so I'm going to read some. Joy, love, aesthetics, beauty, ideals, delicate, agile. See, ideals. You get to live out your ideal. And I feel like your ideal is like seeing the life, the love, the connection in more of life. And it's just allowing that. It's like, I like to often think that the question is far more powerful than the answer. So, by that I mean, how do I express this? I heard leave it at that. Okay. The question is far more powerful than the answer. Ask the question. Okay. So, that's surrounding ideals. That word, ideals. Ideals. Ooh. Communication. It could have to do with your communication with this thing that you love. Tiger. I don't know why. Sometimes I just like aimlessly look through these with like no brain of like I'm trying to find a card. I feel like that's the message for you. You don't need to be searching for a sound. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like that's the question answer thing. It's like you don't need to be searching for a particular thing. You can just look and see what you find. Okay, tiger. Strength, will, stealth, invisibility, passion, sexuality, yin-yang balance, fluid movement, fiery devotion, solitary ambition, fierce, determined. Those are the keywords. If you have, I would just want to say, like, in your ideal world, what does that look like? And how can you incorporate that into your present world? How can you live that, choose that? I was getting the example of some of you might want like a familiar, like that would be just so cool, right? So create, like, find one. It doesn't have to be physicalized, it can be physicalized. Like, just intend and experience. You don't need to search for the familiar, but asking the question of familiar. Like, having the knowing. I feel like the knowing that life can be magical. I'm gonna leave it at that. If you have tiger as a totem, know that you are accompanied by a fierce guardian. Yes, yes, it's like the reason again for that question, not answer, because there already is an answer. There's already like thousands of answers. There's only thousands. I want to read that again. You are accompanied by a fierce guardian. You are accompanied by a fierce guardian. Some of you, that is a tiger spirit. Some of you could be other big cats, like snow leopard, jaguar. Some of you also remembering that there exist creatures that you're unaware of could help you, because some of you may connect to like a being that's like similar to a tiger, but you're like, but it doesn't feel quite like a tiger. Yeah, because it's not. That came out really like, okay. I'm like stuck in that energy. Anything to say? Yeah, it's like asking. Solitary lords of the jungle, tigers are symbols for royalty, dominance, and passion. They are born helpless, and I feel like almost all of you have some sort of like cat, feline-y spirit connection. And this might not even be, I feel like for a lot of you, it might not be this connection that we're on about, but it is another connection. I just read they are born helpless, and I felt the essence of how my friend was helping me tuck my hair behind my ear. So help. It's like you can have more of a connection with this friend being. It doesn't have to be one-sided, and it doesn't have to be like just there. Like, it can be an active relationship. You can have tangible conversations. You can have like an actual like reason. Like, they can help you with specific things that you can comprehend. And again, like, you don't need to search for those answers. You can just ask them and have them come. I don't even want to say have them come. It's just like, just ask them. That's all you need. That's all you need. And leave it at that. They are born helpless and blind and later develop heightened senses. Yeah, again, it's like, not even again, but I guess again for some of you maybe. It's okay if you don't feel this connection super strongly or you don't trust it yet. But, like, you're born helpless and blind, but you develop these senses. And the more you allow yourself to have this relationship, whether or not you strongly feel it or not, just that knowing, just that feeling of connection, it will grow. It is growing regardless of your or your awareness of it is growing regardless of the actions you take, is what I feel. But you can, I feel like just the awareness that it can be more, or it already is more, is something that can expand it a lot. They are aware of many, wait, no, I skipped. And now I need water. I'm gonna skim it and then say the parts that make sense. They are aware of many unseen things and can sense the extraordinary opportunities around them. Okay, I guess I need to read like all of this. When you meet a tiger person, expect them to stare right through you to your deepest soul. Again, it's like you just see the soul. You see the soul in this friend, in all your friends. Tiger people need time alone to regenerate their tremendous energy. Yeah, I feel like that could really resonate for you. Whether or not you're resonating with the tiger aspect. Tremendous energy. I feel like you have a tremendous energy. Some of you might resonate with having a purple aura, because I just saw like a big purple aura. More like potent, but it's that word potent, I'm not sure about that there. Something that's like potent but isn't potent. Insert that word there. If tiger is your totem, you need a lot of solitude. Hey, those were, I swear that, so that was on the second paragraph, at the start of the second paragraph, but I swear that that was the end of the last paragraph, of the first paragraph. It's like that playing on the extraordinary, the unseen. I wanted to say trust your knowing, trust your knowing. Also like trust the tingles. It's like sometimes I feel like we seek these like huge expressions of energy and we don't understand quite that we get to that huge expression of energy not through like having heightened awareness of, no, I said that wrong. We don't get to it by like experiencing a huge blast of energy. It's more like we dive into the smaller blasts so that we become smaller and they become big. It's like bringing your awareness to what already currently is, as opposed to trying to create something to make it bigger. It's already big enough. Something like that. You are not afraid. You are afraid of nothing. You are not afraid of nothing. That could be significant, that sentence, that phrase. And your determination is astounding. You are a famous lover and your passions are intense. Do not exhaust yourself sprinting through life. Yeah. I want to say also, like, this energy is with you. There's no need. Yeah, with that connection again, also, I'm laughing because I'm saying lots of words, but I don't know if I'm saying them in making sense. And I don't know if the energy that I'm experiencing right now is being brought to you. And I just said like, well, it is, because no matter what I say, the energy in this aura is being delivered, but the mind, through the mind, that's a bit more like okay, what was I saying? You're a famous lover and your passions are intense. Do not exhaust yourself sprinting through life. That was what it was. Do not exhaust yourself sprinting through life. What was it about that? Maybe I wasn't meant to say that. It's like it's like not at the tip of my tongue, it's like at the back of my tongue. Now it's at the tip. It may be better for you to stalk. Yeah, it's because it's just gonna say it. It's gonna say it now. Do not exhaust yourself from sprinting through life. It may be better for you to stalk your dreams steadily to conserve your power. Stalk your dreams steadily because they're not going anywhere. That's the energy, because they're not going anywhere. Yeah, definitely baby steps feels like here. Baby steps. Again, from the very beginning of the reading, there was this energy of like, you have a goal, you are moving, there's something that you're passionate about, that you love. So I guess the energy is like, you have a passion for it, but in order for that not to be so up and down, maybe allow it to be expressed in flow, allow it to come out in whatever ways are feeling inspired for you in each day, in each moment. Yeah, and also don't mistake small effort for being small. Don't mistake it's like, I want to say, you're maybe deepening this passion, this relationship, or using it to create magic, or there's something you're doing that you're passionate about that maybe you are not doing very often, to your perception of very often. What was the message? I guess what I want to say is that's okay, and just because you're not doing it often doesn't take away the passion you have for it. Yes. Nothing can take away the passion you have for it. And even if you're not always feeling that, it doesn't mean that it's not always there within you. Yes. Tiger medicine helps you to balance your dark and light stripes, your yin-yang, your time in the world and your time alone, your fierceness and gentleness, and your aggression and peace. Call upon Tiger. I almost read that as teacher. Call upon teacher. Maybe your friend is like a teacher to you. Call upon Tiger to teach you. Oh, it says teach. Call upon Tiger to teach you to move tirelessly and steadily through life. Adventure, beauty, grace, passion, and power are natural to the one who has a tiger totem. Who has tiger as totem. Which makes me feel like you have a tiger spirit companion. A tiger. Quote unquote, for those of you who weren't watching. Quote unquote tiger. The contrary is, are you tired from rushing around? Rest. Have your... it just felt like, again, the question is the important part, not the answer. Have your passions gotten the better? What did you say? Have your passions gotten the better of you? Is your aggressive nature getting you in trouble? Remember to keep your life in balance. Okay, that's your reading. Done. Yeah. Woo. Okay, bye-bye. The camera will remain on as I pack away and prepare for pile 3. That was fun. I hope some of you left. I mean, you wouldn't be listening to this, but anyway. But maybe you would be, who knows? Maybe you left and then came back just for this part. What I was going to say was, I hope some of you left like 2 minutes, 3 minutes before the end of that. Because at that like last part, it started getting like sad. I guess maybe there's an energy guidance here for those of you here. Sadness is okay. Let's get a card for that, actually. Why did I want to say that? I hope you weren't feeling sad. I don't hope you weren't feeling sad. Yeah, it just splattered out, is what I said. It's what I said. allow the feelings, allow yourself to feel. I wonder if this is also going into group number 3. I wonder if there's going to be some crossover of pile 2s being in pile 3s. Yeah, I'll put your crystal guys away. Dude guys. Okay. But I will keep holding your item. My item. All of our items. Okay. Pile 3. Hello, pile 3. I'm not putting that in as a starting point. I'm not. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm moving the leaves and when I went they blew. Well, this one blew away. One blew away. Oh, I wonder if this is going to be a sad reading. Oh, I want to cry. One blew away. Why did it blow away? Oh no, am I going to start the reading when I said that? No! Okay. Hi, pile number 3, unless I started it earlier. Your reading feels sad. One blew away. That's what I was saying. So you have just collect them all. The leaves and the heart. I feel like it might be a broken heart. And the shell. And I had put it like not this side, but this side, the vulnerable side. Very, very soft and delicate. Doft. And when I was feeling into your energy, I blew on the table, and this leaf, because it's a leaf, got blown away, and that's where when I got really sad, because I was saying one blew away. Why did one blow away? I probably but now I've explained. I was just gonna okay. I was gonna say that I'm not gonna explain that. It's too much effort. Okay, what is that for you? It's like I feel like you've lost someone and you loved them. A heart. It's like I want to make note of how this heart it's dark. It's like because I oiled it, it's darker than the original wood. Something is heavier, is harder. Okay, let's get cards because I'm not sure where to go from here. Cards are good for that. Give me some nice direction. And there's something in that message for you. Maybe you feel like you need some direction at this time because you're not sure how to navigate through these feelings. One message is you're doing okay. You're doing just great. Allow yourself to flow through all that you're feeling. It's okay. You're okay. With this, I want to say there are whole worlds of support for you, there for you. I'm kind of seeing this as you, like this is a being, and this is drawing from this world. So you might find it reassuring to connect with places that you feel resonate with you, or simply your guides, soul friends from other realms. I want to say some of you might be from another pile. I don't know if someone wanted confirmation of that. feel like I might be reiterating some of the same things. There's just an energy of all is well. It's okay. Everything you're feeling is just in its place. It's okay to feel a bit out of sorts. Lemuria. Okay, so that some of you, that will to connect with could be Lemuria. And now I'm remembering that before I'd started any of the readings, my crystals over there, I heard, oh yeah, there was blue calcite and Lemurian quartz. And I don't have either of them. But those could be particularly healing for you. I didn't mention them in the other piles. They feel very for you. Is there any more from this? There might be a couple. Manted beings. Play. Maybe play wants to be brought through, but more than anything from that, I'm feeling that energy of like drawing through, like bringing through the other realms, bringing through, connecting with other realms. And I'm even thinking about how, like, Lemuria, some people say it did exist, some people say it still does exist. Like, there's just something around, like, time is what I'm being drawn to. Like, both other people's perceptions, but also time. Okay. Time. Oh, see, I felt like I had to force that. I feel like maybe it's not about play for you. Because it's like I tried to play then, but it just felt sad. It didn't feel funny. Okay. What are we working through then? You're reawakening to something. You're reawakening to a way of being that you once had, at least a similar, like a transformed way of that you once had. Okay, that was actually my mind saying that. The message was trying to say, no, you are reawakening to the way you used to live, or the energy that you once held. I guess that could be as a Lemurian or as a manted being. You're or as a shell being, or as a tree being, because you have, okay, let's count them because I feel like the number could be significant. You have one, I think this is the beech tree leaf. The entire tree is here. Then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 oak tree leaves. And I was going to say something with that. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. I feel like you have experienced a lot. Like a lot. How many did I just count? I just like, it went over my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something about recounting also. Or I think it's more about going back to the past, or quote unquote past, whatever you resonate with that term, or like time with, for how even shell feels like the past. I feel like you're revisiting a time that felt more peaceful, because currently I think you need that peace. I feel like because of all that you have experienced, you're at like a time of needing to take a step back and just allow your soul, your spirit to wander. I feel like you might feel like dissociating, and there's an acceptance here of that in doing that in a way that is most beneficial for you, that can invite in more love, more compassion. So allowing your soul to wander into those peaceful times and bringing that energy through to this expression of self. Yeah, so with the leaves, why I was saying like I feel like you've experienced a lot is because originally I had picked up these leaves on a walk and they were going to be their own piles, and I had even started getting messages about each one of them, but then I ended up doing them all into your pile. It's like, and I hadn't done that with the others. You've experienced so much. Do I need more cards? I feel like there's messages. There's just so much here. There's so much here. Redo it. I feel like some of you wish you could redo the past. And I heard make it right once more. And I feel like this, I feel like what you going into the other realms is, really, really close, bird of prey. What this you going into the other realms is for is loosening your grip on this one. And I feel like you need to loosen your grip on this one, quote unquote need, in order to be more at peace, have more acceptance for what has happened. I'm being really drawn to the eye on that. Like here it looks like an eye. A lot of you may need to cry, and some of you can do that as soon as you allow yourself to, but others of you may find it hard to cry, like you need to, but you can't get it out. And having acceptance for that also will bring more allowance of it to come through, for one. But I also want to suggest expressing the feelings that you're feeling, expressing what you're going through, expressing how you feel about your past and how you feel about your present and how you feel about the future too. Some of you may feel a resistance to doing this because you feel like you're not supposed to be in these energies, or you don't want to be stuck in this energy. It's like some of you may feel a call to trying to lighten yourself, but I feel like you're trying to do that in a forceful way as opposed to an accepting of all that is way. So it's kind of creating this inner conflict resistance within you where you're not releasing the past, but you're not able to live in the future either. Like you're not able to experience like either is what I want to say. So again, allowing yourself to breathe, allowing yourself to express exactly what you want to express and having that be okay. I feel like you may have a certain association with the written word. So beech trees were like one of the first trees I think to be written on, or like to be used as paper, and there you'll find a lot of like carving on beech trees because it's like the bark is very easy for that. They have a lot, their essence has a lot to do with like writing and information and knowledge. I feel like you may have a particular connection to that in a way that is actually more hindering at this time, because you see the power of the written word, or you see the power of words themselves. So you're afraid of expressing how you feel because you don't want to bring about more of how you feel. But shifting your perspective to seeing the power in expression. So shifting your perspective more to like see just how powerful expressing the feelings that are already within you out. Seeing that power, as opposed to it being like the intention is to ground that energy, but seeing it more like the intention is to release that energy. Because I feel like you might have a lot of masculine energy, like your mind could be quite strong. So your intention behind your action could be quite important. I feel like those words didn't go together. Yeah, but that's the message. It's like you don't need your words to match what you're wanting to create. It's almost like you need them to not match them at this time, because it's about releasing that which you're not proud of, or releasing that which hurt you, or releasing that which you're not comfortable experiencing, or that which you're just ready to not have anymore. And you don't need to have solutions for it. Yeah, there's no need to seek a way out or seek anything. It's about allowing this expression to just be its own rhythm, to be its own form of releasing, of moving through life. I'm just being shown some things. I'll channel a bit of something while I try and understand, or to understand this. Yeah, it's like there's this energy of like trying to fold in on itself, or like fold around. I heard the word hurl. Is that like a word for throwing up? I feel like that is hurl. I'm just seeing it in a weird way now. Yeah, this could make you feel like sick to your stomach, some of you. I think a lot of you don't want to think about it, but thinking about it is what allows it to release. I know I'm repeating myself, but I'm saying it from a new perspective of it, so hopefully that energy gets through to you. That energy will be received by you. Which could be another message. You may feel like you've been round and round in circles with this energy, and that you just want to not think about it to move forwards, but that expressing it, which is temporarily putting your attention on it, saying what is, I don't know how to finish that sentence, but I've said enough. Some of you might also be resistant to expressing because you don't quite know what you're expressing or how to express it. And again, that's okay. That's okay. But don't withhold just because you're not sure of the perfect way to express it. Allow imperfection to be perfect, as it truly is. That felt very like blocked, not like restricted, but that energy is also kind of what we're on about. But more so I meant blocky. like doing things in steps. Doing things in steps. Because it didn't feel like a bad way, it just felt very deliberate. Having intentions and yeah, having intentions to release, that could be really, really helpful for you actually. Or intentions, I feel like it is to release, but of course you could resonate or go with what resonates, but I feel like you might be able to get up in your head and create more confusion or more pain if you're trying to how do I say this? Okay, I want to shift that to more saying, I just feel like you're ready to release. And I feel like maybe getting wrapped up in other energies, like intentions that are not just of pure release, could confuse you as opposed to, and keep you in it, as opposed to just having it be gone, having it be done, having everything be okay, and letting go of that which is no longer holding resonance in your body. Something is no longer you. And so what you're letting go of is what is no longer you. You are you right now. This is you. This is your version of self. This present version of self. Allow that to be. Allow yourself to be renewed. Through releasing. Okay, and with that I'm going to end your reading. Pal 3, thank you for being with me. And it rhymed, so it has to be. Did I say the word be already? Oh no. Okay. Namaste. The camera shall remain on as I move on to the final pile. The final pile. Where do I put these leaves? Where do I put them? I guess I can put your little heart guy away. That sounded funny. Or weird, putting your heart away. I feel like that's kind of what you want to do. You want to like ignore your heart as opposed to feeling in it and releasing through it. Where do I put the leaves? I kind of want them up there. Seagull. I love seagulls. I love just birds. I love just like life. Ah yes, and put these away. Person. I saw a person. I don't often see people on the street. Smells like rotting flower. Smells like rotting flower. That one smells like no. Smells good. It smells nostalgic. Oh, that could be something. I feel like I need, like, this pile feels like it. What was the pile's item? Oh, right there. Oh, I was literally just holding them. What gives? What gives? That's this pile's energy. What gives? Oh yeah, and you're this too. Okay, welcome in pile number 3. What gives? That was a phrase that was coming to mind. Also, I smelt this and it smelt nostalgic. I also smelt your foxglove guys and they smelt like rotten flour. But I think I'm gonna focus on the nostalgia part. And it is in like a really loving way, like homely way. This is an extra item that you got. There's a very cream energy. Yeah. Cream the colour. But also like a dark cream. I was getting a message before this, but I forgot what it was already. And forgotten, that could be something, because like nostalgia is like a time almost forgotten, or a time that has been forgotten that you're remembering. So you chose the foxglove flowers, 3 of them, which are purple, and I also made note to keep the dirt that went along with them. So dirt could be significant. Ooh, dirt can be cream, dark cream. Dark cream is brown. Brown could be significant. You're the only pal that got flowers, and you got like double flowers. Well, quadruple flowers. And brown is dirt, and dirt grows flowers. Are we getting somewhere with this? I don't know. So we'll get some cards. I kind of feel like classic cards with you, but I'm not. It's like I'm feeling drawn to my like decks, like not my own creation decks, which feels like nostalgic, which feels like classic, or the way I used to do it. But I'm not actually going to, because it's not. It's feeling drawn for that reason of nostalgia, not that I actually want to. Is there a message in that? The colour brown is like really sticking out to me. I'm just like staring at my brown pen. Ooh, maybe I'll draw something for you, because I'm kind of getting a sense that I might not get messages from cards or from without like a specific. I feel like there's like a specific scenario to this. That's what it is. Woohoo! I love that energy. It just feels like home again. And this card, which I always associate with ancestry, so we're going heavy on the, oh my god, and these are like fossils. Okay, there's something about your past. It feels more ancient. Ancient memory. But of a forgotten land is what I just heard. Oh, okay, so maybe that's what that forgetting was. Ancient memories of a forgotten land. Let's do some drawing. Yeah. Paper. How shall I do this? Shall I point you down? I think I will. Let's just give me a moment to see how to get you in shot. How's that looking? That's fine. Okay, so ancient memories of a forgotten land. I kind of want to write that, even though I don't usually write words, or at least like I wasn't planning to. Ancient memories of a forgotten. See, that part almost like went missing is what I want to say. Went missing. Ancient memories of a forgotten land. So I kind of want to put question mark there. That's interesting. I want to say this could even be a land that is forgotten to like several. It's not just forgotten to you. Maybe it's actually a message of you are remembering, you are picking up on energies that are of this forgotten land, and that could be within your collective, like it's a land Yes, it is. Okay. So this is a forgotten land that is within, or like was surrounding, the collective that you're currently a part of. For example, for me, this would be humans. This is really interesting. It's like sometimes when I go to draw these for readings, I feel more in flow with speaking, but for you, I actually feel less in flow, which is kind of on point with today's readings in general. Words have been weird, which, you know, for me is not unusual, but still, it still felt like a thing. So what was I saying? It's like, yeah, this is, you remember, but many will not. I feel drawn to pointing out the fact that I said many will not means that some will. I wonder if you'll soon be meeting, or you already have met, those who remember this too, this land. I heard yes, but they weren't aware, and you weren't aware either. There's a lot of energy that you experience on a day-to-day basis that is from this forgotten land. I think that you are someone who picks up on the ground beneath you. I wonder if you walk barefoot a lot, because I think that if you do, you definitely like soak up the like intuitive memories of the land you walk on, like what it once was. Even like the air around you, I feel like when you breathe in, you take in the memory of that air, what it once was. I just heard portal, like this is what I'm about to draw. It's like a portal. So that could be significant to this civilization somehow. Yeah, it's like you all worked on this portal together. Something about mysteries. To unravel the mysteries. Something about doing things in a backwards order. Yeah, that has significance to like the way you're operating today, in that I feel like the way you pick up on energy is like somehow backwards. You might not hear a lot of people talk about the way that you in particular pick up on energies, like your kind of intuition. I feel like it's very unique. I heard the word abstract before I said unique, but I chose to say unique even though I heard abstract. Yeah, I'm even being drawn to now even how like I'm drawing this like past civilization of yours, and it's in an abstract way. It's through like energy, as opposed to like I am remembering the exact information that you were uncovering, kind of thing. Or like it's not like realistic. It's not realism. Well, it's realistic in that this is the energy of it, but not in that physicalized looks. So I feel like you are far more intuitive than you think you are, because you might not be able to put words to the things that you intuit. It's probably very like feeling. You feel it. You know it. It feels so soil. So like soil. I wonder if this was beneath the soil. Yeah, you might have been an underground being. You might have like felt so closely connected to the planet that this was on, that you were like you were far more aware that you were a part of the planet. That's what I want to say. And that was for your entire collective, not just you. It was like common knowledge, common feeling. Yeah, it doesn't feel feel so like knowledgey. It feels way more, again, like abstract. Is this card in? Let me just put him there so you can have him in view too. This is opposite. Is this opposite for you? I don't know. That's okay. That's okay. That it kind of goes again with that. I was just saying, like, you did, or it's reminding me of how I said something here. Like, you do things opposite. Yeah, and then I went to do that. You do things opposite. What does that mean? I can't get words for it quite, but it's like the way you pick up on energy. You do it from the past to the present, as opposed to like the present to the past. I wonder if you like naturally operate out of this experience. I feel like you do. It's like you operate out of the way that you once did, and you kind of need to choose like to operate as your current being, your current experience, as opposed to like being in the current experience and choosing to tap into your past lives. It's like you kind of more experience your present life through the energy of a past life, this past life. For some of you, multiple past lives. Some of you could also connect to like a water planet. Maybe I'll draw that after this, maybe not, we'll see. But the focus feels like it's on this one. There's something so like grounding and comforting. I can't express enough how comforting this energy feels. And I think that this reading in particular is bringing you awareness to that, because you recognizing just how connected you are to this past life, I think that will bring so much comfort to you just in like everyday life. And I want to reiterate about the soil. Connecting to soil could really help you feel at home. I wonder if the water planet, that other past life that feels like you're very connected to also, I feel like that might be in conjunction with this past life. Like it's not so like two separate lives. I wonder if it's more like a realm that was connected to this earth, like soil-y kind of realm, like two tribes kind of thing. It feels more spaciousy, like it brings in life. If some of you feel drawn to connecting further with this or these, I think this past life of yours, if some of you were wondering about drawing it yourself, that I felt like I need to confirm that for some of you. That you are able to draw the energy. Yeah, it's like this water is like a companion. It even could be that you just were like an earthian being, or like a soil being, and you had a close companion that was a water being. Or like, I'm not sure if it's water. It's like, if it's water, it's a very specific kind of water. And if it's not water, well then that's why, it's because it's not water. Okay, this is almost done. Yeah, That surprised me. I thought there was going to be more like around here, but there really wanted to be an emphasis on the lightness, like the amount of space this water, this blue creature or this blue civilization brought. Okay. Oops. What does that mean? That has never happened. Ah!